Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Dan Bennett. I am an actor out of Los Angeles, California. This is the Real Dan Bennett YouTube channel. That's my handle on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, which I don't have anything over on Twitch yet, but hopefully that'll change too. But anyway, welcome to the first reaction, recap, review type video that I want to post. I don't have a name for this series or program yet, but we'll see how today goes, and we'll see what, if anything calls out to me from there. I am originally from Michigan. I have a bachelor's degree in theater performance and in broadcasting. As far as this program goes, I guess I was kind of waiting on something that really resonated with me to kick it off, and I thought, what better way than with The Last of Us. I missed the original wave when it came out on PlayStation 3, but when they came out with the remaster for PlayStation 4, that's when I fell in love with it. As a screenwriter and a filmmaker, the depth of the characters, the performances by Troy and Ashley and the entire cast of the game, it ropes you in, it makes you feel, and then it ends in such a bittersweet manner, which I don't want to necessarily get into here because of the potential for spoilers regarding the show. What I'm going to go through with this is I want to talk about the show, and I'll reference the video game, but I'm going to try to avoid spoilers in that capacity. So let's jump right in to episode 1, the premiere of the show. And the first thing I obviously want to talk about is that opening scene, because you've got Dr. Schoenhess and you've got Dr. Newman, played by John Hannah, and they're talking about the potential for pandemic infection across the world. And obviously that hits a little close to home after the last couple of years. But the important part of this scene is setting the universe, setting the world for people who don't have predisposed notions coming from having played the video game. And just getting into the dark, gritty, visceral nature of the reality that this could build. I think it's a masterstroke of filmmaking performance, despite the fact that this is not a scene that takes place within the game. They did a brilliant job. I felt the tension of the whole thing. And then we jump from this scene straight to 2003, where we get to finally meet Joel and Sarah. Sarah is Joel's daughter. But getting to see Pedro Pascal, who a lot of people met as Oberyn Martell on Game of Thrones, or from The Mandalorian as Din Djarin. We come over here and we get to see him in an entirely different light. This sort of awkward, not quirky per se, but this father who has this charming relationship with his daughter. And you see these little bits, the fixing the watch, the I want you to get a cake, all of that for his birthday. And then for it all to sort of crumble along the edges, Mercy comes over to the house. Mercy, the dog, the neighbor's dog. And Sarah goes over and she's confused, and we get to see the massacre that's happened next door. And the traumatic nature of that, especially for a girl her age. And then she runs outside just in time for Joel to show up and murder the neighbor woman with a wrench, which is scarring in any normal world. Everybody jumps in the car, we head into town, and you see a couple more differences from the game, and that's where they tease you with a truck T-boning the vehicle, only to have them drive on and then ultimately get bombarded by the shrapnel from the crashing airliner. And they're about to be attacked by the infected man, and then bang, you get the soldier who shows up, and you go, oh, thank goodness. Until he fires you. If you haven't played the game, you're aghast at what has just transpired. But even if you have played the game, you're taken aback, because Joel hits the ground, Sarah hits the ground, the soldier walks up, and just in the nick of time, out comes Tommy. We get the most emotionally catastrophic scene of the entire episode. And that is when we get to see little Sarah suffering from a bullet wound at the hand of that soldier. You've got these visible, tangible humans and seeing Nico's performance as the suffering daughter, and Pedro with the emotionally tormented father as he holds his daughter in his arms. It got me a little teary-eyed. It was such an impactful scene, and that's what catapults us into the future as we jump another 20 years. And now we see grizzled Joel. And you've got Merle Dandridge coming back as Marlene. You've got Anna Torv playing Tess, and her performance puts a very clear divide between her performance and Annie Wersching's performance, which both of them, amazing job. And Bella Ramsey as Ellie. So we see all of these great performances, and we ultimately find ourselves heading off into what comes next. Obviously, if you've played, you know what is supposed to come next, but from a viewing standpoint, based on the dark nature and the fact that we've, up to this point, more or less not seen the infected. We've gotten the early stages, but in the teasers and the trailers, we've seen how this fungus has mutated and taken on a new form in these infected, and we're going to get into it. It's going to get dark, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I find myself occasionally going back and watching the cutscene videos that are on here, but getting to see live people put on these characters is going to be a whole new experience. And I'm excited to see how these very, very talented performers do going forward. I hope that you guys are as well. Now, on that note, I do want to wrap this one up. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching. This is, like I said, the first episode in a series. I will probably dive a little bit deeper into future episodes, and this one was just sort of feeling it out because I admittedly don't know what I'm doing in this format, so this is practice for me. But thank you guys for being here. Give me your thoughts on The Last of Us TV show. Talk about the game if you want down in the comments. Like and subscribe if you would like to follow up on the additional episodes. But thanks for watching. I hope to see you around. Bye.